Good afternoon, everyone. This is TFL librarian Sharon, and I'm so excited that you're joining us today. Today's workshop is going to be the first of two parts focusing on how to create a resume with Google Docs. In today's workshop, we're going to be going over the basics of the different sections of the resume and creating sort of a first draft of our resume. In our workshop next week, we're going to be talking about how we can edit and improve it, and we're going to be looking at library resources you can use for career development. So our project today is going to be creating a professional-looking resume that looks something like this. A resume is a valuable tool that can help you apply for jobs, internships, schools, and special programs or scholarships. Really handy thing to have. A resume's purpose is to give readers, say like potential employers or a school search committee, a first impression of you. It describes your qualifications and explains who you are. As a result, we want it to be error-free, easy to read, and effectively provide a snapshot of how you spend your time. Even if you don't plan to use a resume right away, organizing your experiences and listing your qualifications are useful steps to prepare for any future need. This is definitely something we want to have on hand, not something you want to be making at the last minute. In today's workshop, we're going to be brainstorming experiences that will make your resume unique to you. You're going to add your own background, skills, education, and experiences, of course, to highlight your individual strengths. But we're going to be using a template in Google Docs to create a first draft of our resume. Next week, we're going to be revising the resume to make it even stronger and more interesting to a potential employer or educator. Our goal between these two workshops is that you leave with a professional-looking resume you can send to potential schools and jobs. So let's get started. First off, we're going to sign into your Google account. Remember that if you don't have a Google account, it is free to register for one. Once we've signed in, we can use the Google Apps menu, that little grid icon here, to move between applications. So we're going to select the Google Apps icon there. And those are all the applications that come with our account. Remember that your most recently used apps are going to show first. To begin with, we're going to take a look at Google Drive. If you've never created anything with Google Apps before, your drive may be empty. But if you've created projects in, say, Slides or Sheets or Docs before, they're going to all be stored here. You can create new projects from your Google Drive. Google Drive is also going to allow us to store, access, and share files like documents, slideshows, forms, and photos in one place. Instead of being stored on the computer, all these files are stored in the cloud, which is a safe place on the internet where you can save important information. The advantage to that is that once you save something in your Google Drive, you can easily access it from any computer, smartphone, or tablet with internet access. So today we're going to begin working on a basic resume in Drive. Remember that you can come back and edit it later using any device connected to the internet. Remember that as we discussed in the beginning, a resume is a written document that highlights your education, work experiences, activities, and skills. Most resumes are going to include sections that hold all this information. Resumes can be formatted in a lot of different ways, but most resumes are going to include similar information. So a typical resume is going to include several sections: your contact information, your work experience, your education history, and any activities, awards, and accomplishments. Now that's a lot of information to include in one document, and a strong resume is also going to look professional, organized, and easy to read. Now, admittedly, that seems like a tall order. What if you don't have design skills, or maybe you don't feel comfortable formatting this on the computer? Well, we're going to be using a template to structure our resume so that a lot of the heavy lifting is already done for us. So a template's really like a guide for how we're going to build our document. They provide a consistent starting point for your project, so you're not faced with the terrifying prospect of an entirely blank page. So there's a lot of documents, from resumes, project proposals, meeting agendas, business letters, and more, that typically follow a similar layout or design. Let's face it, millions of people have to take meeting notes. Why start from scratch every time? Templates help you save time when you're writing because they're already formatted with the proper layout. All we have to do is put in our information. Google Docs offers lots of professional and free resume templates to get you started. The layout, fonts, and colors are different for each template, but they all contain the same basic information that you'll need for a resume. Your contact information, skills, experience, and education, as well as any accomplishments you've completed. Once we select a template, we can customize the document from there. To begin, we're going to open a new document from a template to view the template gallery. To get there, from your Google Drive, select New, then choose the arrow next to Google Docs to reveal a drop-down menu and select From a Template. This opens the Google Docs Templates gallery. As you can see, there are a lot of document templates from which to choose. Look at all of those. Keep in mind, this is just a draft. It does not have to be perfect. Once you've selected a template, give it a name that will help you find it again. Say, My Resume. Once we've changed the name, this becomes our new file name, and it's the way we'll find the document on our Google Drive. As soon as you open this doc, it is saved automatically on your Google Drive. You don't have to do anything extra to save your projects. They're going to save automatically as soon as we make any changes. Now let's think about how we're going to start customizing this template so that it's unique to us. In the resume template, first step is going to be to update your contact information. First, select the text that says your name and replace it with your actual name. Then include your address, phone number, and email. Remember, we do want to present ourselves professionally, so use an email address that is easy to read, relatively short, and avoids too many words or symbols unrelated to your name. All right, we're making great progress. Now we've chosen a resume template and updated our contact information, so we're going to build the first section of our resume. Under the experience section that's already built into the template, brainstorm 2 or 3 work experiences you've had. Resume readers want to see whether your experience is relevant to the position you're applying for. Even if you hadn't had a paying job yet, that's okay. You can include related experiences such as volunteer work, community service, regular household chores, or classroom responsibilities. Even hobbies, such as writing a blog or taking photographs, could potentially be relevant. For each experience, make sure you include the name of the employer, the type of work, the location, the dates of employment, and a description of what you did. Add 2 or 3 experience items to your brainstorming document. Remember to use the existing formatting of the template to keep your resume looking consistent throughout. Remember, this is only a draft, so we're not going to be too harsh on ourselves as we work through it. We're always going to be able to go back and edit these descriptions or even add more later. Now we're going to go back and include some measurable details about our experiences, like how often you worked, how much you accomplished, or how many items you completed over the course of a project. Employers will use these descriptions to understand your experiences. Next, let's list our education history. Type the name of your current school, including the school's location, the month and year you started, your expected or actual graduation date, and if you have a high GPA, it's recommended that you include that as well. Keep this section in the same formatting so that the design of your resume is overall clean and professional. Looking good. Our template resume is off to a pretty good start. It's probably going to look something like this. Remember, this is just a draft, and you can always go back and make changes later. Your resume is unique to you, so it's okay if it doesn't look exactly like what's on my screen. For example, if you've attended one school, you may only list one institution under education. Or if you've worked a series of odd jobs, your work experience section may include more entries. Now let's add some more information for our resume: skills, activities, and awards. Let's think about skills first. Here we're going to list the useful abilities that you didn't specifically mention in your experience section. List skills that make you, say, a good student, a good employee, a good friend, or sibling, and include both hard and soft skills. What's the difference? Hard skills are technical and job-specific. They include things like typing, playing an instrument, speaking a foreign language, or using specialty tools or software applications. Soft skills, on the other hand, are personal qualities that may relate to how you interact with others. For example, soft skills can include things such as effective communication, problem solving, relating well to people, or being cooperative or a team player. Take a moment and think about what you're good at. List a combination of, say, 5 to 7 hard and soft skills. Now let's move on to the last section of our resume, awards and activities. Maybe you've won awards, say like Employee of the Month. Maybe you've worked on special projects, say school yearbooks. Maybe you've been recognized for a specific hobby you've done. You could also list things such as sports, clubs, contests, performances, or other activities. Try to only include awards and activities from the past 3 or 4 years, though, so that it is still relevant. Now, perhaps you only want to list awards in this section, or perhaps you'd like to include a mix of awards and activities and update the header to match. Just keep the header in the same style as the rest of the document so that it matches the template. All right, at this point, our resume has all the information we need to have completed a first draft. At this point, we've made a great start. We've brainstormed our work history, skills, and experiences, and we've started to format our resume with a template. We've also added our contact information and chosen skills to highlight for a particular job. At this point, we'll want to complete the first draft of our resume so that we can have something to work on next week. We're going to pause the workshop for today, and next week we're going to take up the first draft of our resume and see what we can do to edit it. We're also going to seek out opportunities to find professional career development free through the Turner Free Library's digital resources. Thank you very much for joining me today, and on behalf of everyone at the Turner Free Library, we hope you're staying safe and well, and that we'll be able to see you again soon.